G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video we'll be going through how I went in round 24 and then I'll be giving you my round 25 tips. I'm super excited to jump in and do these tips. Also, we've finally got the new PC, so everything should run a lot smoother now and the quality should be somewhat better. Now obviously it's still not the top of the top stuff I've got. I do the best with what I've got, but it should be better than on that old laptop. So I am very excited to jump in and do this one. Appreciate you guys for your support and understanding since the old computer had pooped itself, but we're good to go now. And yeah, super excited. If you could leave a like and subscribe, it'd mean the absolute world to me. Now let's get into it. So round 24, got 5 from 8. Could have been much worse. Could have been so much worse. So first game, Panthers and Storm. I backed in the Panthers here. Unfortunately, they did not get the win. Storm too good there. A Harry Grant masterclass there. What a dummy half he is. Man, Storm just keep doing the damn thing. Credit to him. And credit to Harry Grant, man. Without him, they don't win this game. So, yeah, look, unfortunately, it was a tip wrong. But we move on. Next up, I backed in the Warriors to beat the Dragons. Warriors got it done. But very, very tight game, this one. So, yeah, if you're a Warriors fan, you take it because it keeps you in sight of that top 4. But I don't think you're overly convinced with it. If you're a Dragons fan, you'd be heartbroken. Another close loss. So disappointing for the Dragons fans. I do feel sorry for you. But that is a tip right. Next up, I backed in the Bulldogs to beat the Roosters. I thought the Doggies would be too good here at Allianz Stadium, but the Roosters were incredible. Definitely a premiership contender in my honest opinion. The Roosters they were lethal. They looked so good in this one. Bulldogs, oh man, I'd say if you're a Doggies fan, you'd be disappointed with this result. Absolutely disappointed. I don't believe the Bulldogs are contenders this year, and that might be a bold statement, but that's how I feel. Next up, I backed in the Sharkies to beat the Titans. This was a pretty simple tip here. Sharks way too good winning this one, 54 points to 22. In the second of the Saturday games, I backed in the Dolphins to beat the Broncos. The Dolphins got off to a relatively good start in this one, but the Broncos clawed their way back. I think it was a 14-point deficit they came back from to win this game. So very, very good win there for the Broncos. Reece Walsh stood tall in this one, and he needed to. He delivered on the big stage where this was a must-win game. Broncos were in danger of dropping out of the top 8 if this one didn't go their way, and Reece Walsh stood up when they needed him to. Massive win for the Broncos. We did it. We go back-to-back, 2 wins in a row. The Rabbitohs defeating the Parramatta Eels 20 points to 16, and this was one of those ones that I went the underdog to win. Obviously, I'm backing in the Rabbitohs each and every week, but very proud of the effort from the boys, especially defensively. And yeah, against the odds, we get another tip right. Love that. All right, speaking of going against the favourites, I backed in the Tigers to beat the Manly Seagulls, and the Tigers get the job done in a big way too. I tipped them by 6. They won this one by 14. Very strong win there for the Tigers. They look the goods at the moment. I think that's 3 in a row for the West Tigers or something like that. They're starting to build, man. Credit to them. Mathematically, they can still make finals. They won't, but they can. So, yeah, credit to them, man. They deserve this one. And then to wrap up the weekend, I backed in the Cowboys to beat the Knights. Very disappointing result there for Newcastle. Oh, man, I genuinely do believe the Knights probably finished with a wooden spoon. They're lucky they've got one win over the Titans there. Otherwise, they could be staring down the barrel of a wooden spoon. But, you know, the Titans they've got to win another game. If they don't win another game, they've probably locked in that wooden spoon. But Newcastle aren't far behind, to be honest. So, yeah, Cowboys, great win though. You know, the season's done for the Cowboys, but, you know, if they can finish the season strong, I think they can hold their heads somewhat high. All right, round 25 tips. Here we go. We start off with Thursday night football. My South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the St. George Illawarra Dragons. This should be a cracking clash. The Rabbitohs have won 2 of their last 3 games played against the Dragons. The last one, that was earlier on in the year where we won 25 points to 24. It's normally relatively close between these two sides in terms of head-to-head. Rabbitohs have won 22 of the 42 played there. Dragons have won 20 of the 42 played. Obviously, I'm backing in my boys here. Look, I don't think we've got the firepower to win this one 13 plus, so I do think we win it 1-12, but I am confident the Rabbitohs can continue and go 3 from 3 there in this one. We then have a bye, and then we finish the season with the Roosters. So this is a very critical game to win, because obviously we want to avoid that spoon. We should avoid it now, but we just need to keep winning, in my opinion, and I genuinely do believe we can do that. All right, next up, we've got a cracking clash. Actually, a couple of cracking clashes here. We've got the Penrith Panthers taking on the Canberra Raiders into the Melbourne Storm and the Bulldogs. Now, the Panthers and Raiders games, Panthers are actually favourites to win this one, which is crazy to me. I personally think the Raiders, I know it's in Dubbo, and I believe it's in Dubbo, and I think the Panthers have a relatively good record in Dubbo, but the Raiders, man, they're humming this year. They're looking really good. I'm backing in. Oh, actually, Panthers have won 2 of their last 3 games against the Raiders. Both sides have won 4 of their last 5 in the home and away season. Look, if it was anywhere but Dubbo, I'm probably leaning towards Canberra. But I think Penrith will be too good in there. I'm going to go 1-12. Oh, and anytime try scorer, I've got to go Alex Johnston in that Rabbitohs game. So Rabbitohs 1-12, Alex Johnston anytime. For the next one, Panthers, I do think it'll be a 1-12 margin. I think it'll be very close. And I'm going to go Isaac Tungo to score anytime in this one. I reckon he crosses for the Penrith Panthers. All right, next up, we've got the Melbourne Storm taking on the Canterbury Bulldogs. This is at Amy Park. Storm have won 2 of their last 3 games against the Bulldogs. All 3 of their last 3 games were played at Amy. The Bulldogs are a little bit of a tough team for the Melbourne Storm. These sides have played 46 games against each other. Storm have won 24. Bulldogs have won 22. So the Doggies, they might give Storm a bit of a run for their money here. Again, though, I am going to side with the favourites. Storm should win this one. Again, I don't think it'll be 13 plus. I think the Bulldogs will want to step up after that pretty poor game against the Roosters. But I'm still pretty confident that Storm get the job done there and get it done in a relatively big way. All right, next up, we have the Manly Seagulls taking on the Dolphins. This is at Brookvale, I believe. The Dolphins won in their last meeting. Previous to that, it was a massive win for Manly, 58 points to 18. I'm going to go the Dolphins. I know they're Manly are the favourites, but I can see a world where the Dolphins end up getting the job done in this one. I just think Manly are in all sorts at the moment. The Tigers got up on them this weekend, and I can't see a world where... I can see a world where Manly win, but I'm going to go the Dolphins. I'm going to go 1-12, and I'm going to go Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow to score any time. All right, next up, we've got the Gold Coast Titans taking on the New Zealand Warriors in Gold Coast. Man, Titans are a bit of a... Titans have won 3 of the last 3 games against the Warriors, so they're on a bit of a hot streak against the Wars there. This is at the Gold Coast. Titans are struggling, but they're getting closer to that full-strength side with Keanu Kinney likely to start this weekend. Do I go another... I don't think I can go another upset. I've gone 2 upsets already in the Dolphins paying 208 and the Rabbitohs paying 228. So I am going to side with the favourites here. I'm going to go Warriors, but I'm going to go 1-12. I do think the Titans keep it close, and I'm going to go with Tane Tuapiki if he plays to score any time. All right. The last of the Saturday games will be between the Parramatta Eels and the Sydney Roosters. Roosters are in red-hot form, and they're also in red-hot form against the Eels. They've won 3 of the last 3 games they've played against Parramatta. They've also won 28 of 43 games played against the Eels, with 14 games going the way of the Eels and 1 draw. Roosters, I think, will win this one in a big way. I'm going to say 18 points. It is unfortunate. I would love the Parramatta Eels to get the job done, and I hope to God they do, but I can't see it happening. I think Roosters and Roosters 13 plus. I'm going to go Daniel Tupou to score anytime. You just cannot go past Daniel Tupou there. All right, next up we've got the Newcastle Knights taking on the Brisbane Broncos. This will be played at McDonald Jones Stadium. Broncos have won 3 of the last 3 games against the Knights. In 43 games, the Broncos have won 27. The Knights have won 15 with 1 draw. Again, not going to outthink the room. Broncos 13 plus. I think Reece Walsh has another field day in this one. And yeah, I think they get a comfortable win there over the Knights. All right, to wrap up round 25, we've got anytime try scorer. I'm going to go Reece Walsh. Jesus, I had a stroke. Reece Walsh in that one. All right, next up, the West Tigers taking on the North Queensland Cowboys. The Cowboys have won all 3 of their meetings in their last 3 games. 47 games played. Tigers are 124. Cowboys are 123. The Tigers are pretty well the favourites in this one at $1.66. Again, I'm going the Tigers. I think the Tigers have a big game in this one. I think they'll pull off a bit of an upset against the Cowboys. I think it'll be a very close game, so I am going to go 1-12. And I'm going to go... Give me Jerome Luai. I don't think he scored a try for a while, so I'm going to go Luai to score any time in that one. So, back over these games. Rabbitohs 1-12. Panthers 1-12. Storm 1-12. Dolphins, Warriors, both 1-12. Roosters 13 plus. Broncos 13 plus. And Tigers 1-12. Let me know your tips down below in the comments, guys. Once again, if you could, hit that like button and subscribe. It'll mean the absolute world to me. You guys are legends, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.